Damning report reveals RFK's history of alleged sexual assault. RFK allegedly sexually assaulted a 23-year-old babysitter, Eliza Cooney. In Farsi, that's a terrible last name. In 1998, Cooney detailed in her diary that Kennedy's behavior began with him rubbing her thighs under the kitchen table and escalated to him groping her in the pantry, saying, "I was frozen, shocked." Cooney left Kennedy house. It's so tough to say that last name. Household in 1999, writing in her diary about wanting to leave bad men behind, and revealed the assaults to her mother in 2017. Despite not filing the civil lawsuit, Cooney went public in 2023 following Kennedy's announcements to run against Joe Biden, stating the incidents were totally inappropriate. Vanity Fair's report highlights a pattern of sexually aggressive behavior by Kennedy, including sending nude photographs of women to friends and photo of himself at a barbecue dog carcass. His wife, Mary Richardson, called him a sex addict on medication. Okay, so these things came out. Rob, can you pull up one of the, this is the picture, by the way, right?
Is this a real dog?
That's a picture with a dog, apparently.
But where? What country? Wasn't this in Vietnam, where basically there's, Chick-fil-A, there's dog filet in Vietnam?
Tom, what are you saying right now?
But hang on a second. So this is one, and then what's the other one? What's the other one with, if you can pull one of the clips, Rob, with him reacting to it? Whichever one you have.
I have both. Him responding to the accusations of him eating the dog, and then the accusations of sexual harassment.
Okay,
which one?
Which one is shorter? Just play this clip. Which one is this?
This is the sexual harassment.
Play this clip.
And, in terms of the other allegations, I've said this from the beginning. I am not a church boy. I am not running like that. I said I had a very, very rambunctious youth. I said in my announcement speech that I have so many skeletons in my closet that if they could all vote, I could run for king of the world. Mm-hmm. So, this Vanity Fair is recycling 30-year-old stories, and I'm not, going to comment on the details of any of them, but I am who I am.
You're talking there about the nanny situation. I mean, I do have to ask her. I mean, are you denying it or not?
I'm not going to comment on it.
All right. Well, I gave you the opportunity, and officially, it's a goat. I didn't know.
Okay. But by the way, if him saying, "Hey, listen, I'm not a church boy," kind of is like, yeah, and rambunctious. That means he was wild and did whatever he did back in the day, and he's not confirming or denying. So it's kind of weird that he would say that.
And I look at it. Like this. Neither him or the nanny are saying there was ever, consummated intimacy. Would a nanny?
You're talking about Cooney?
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah. Cooney,
her. So she works for Kennedy's. He rubs her thighs. He comes up behind her in a pantry.
Keep going, Tom.
And the phrase that we have from the 80s and 90s, cops a feel, right? Tom. And then she says, "I can't do this, and I'm not going to leave here." She never says there was a relationship. She didn't have an affair with him. She never says she was actually raped, and so he touched her. That's bad. And she felt reaction to that. But on the 1 to 10 scale of, of assault, thank God she wasn't like cornered someplace and actually raped. Thank God there wasn't like physical, trauma or something like this, like we're reading about with certain other people and an entire island full of visitors. Huh. It's terrible that she felt this way, and it's terrible she felt she had to quit, but she quit. And now 25 years later, some network pays her. I mean, she decides she's going to come out and, and say some things.
I have a whole different view on this.
Okay.
If you remember what I said probably 5 months ago, I said, how much dirt do you think they have on RFK that they're not bringing up yet? If for 14 years he was addicted to drugs, when you're on drugs, you do a lot of bad things and stupid things.
Ask Hunter.
Okay? So you know how many things they have waiting to drop on him left and right, okay? Now, why is it that they dropped it yesterday, on the same day, both stories? Why is the story being dropped yesterday? What's so significant about yesterday? Here's what's so significant about yesterday. This is if you're an enemy on the left and you're wanting to be the candidate and you want nobody else to be thinking about this guy, you have to kill his chances of candidacy now. Because no one on the left can say, how about RFK? They have to destroy him now. How long do you think they've had those two stories? How long do you think they've had the picture and the two stories?
Well, I think a long time. And I think
What's a long time?
probably 20 years.
Okay.
They probably had the nanny 20 years.
And that's nothing.
That's nothing.
And they're just picking the time for the character assassination of RFK. And I think it's despicable that they're coming out right now feeding the story so that Vanity Fair is the gunman on the grassy knoll, as the DNC and the enemies of Kennedy's are trying to assassinate his character. So here it is. Another Kennedy put up for assassination.
Weird. With no Secret Service protection.
Oh, this is just, they're just getting warmed up. They're just getting warmed up. They're going to try to destroy this guy. Destroy him is what they're going to do. I have one play for him that I think he would crush it. I think I have one play for him that I think he would crush it. But yeah, I think this is the beginning. I think the people on the left are saying eliminate the chances of this guy even being a possibility. Do anything and everything you can. I don't look at candidates and I sit there and I say, man, I expect this man to walk on water, okay? I expect this man to walk on water. You know what's the one thing that I learned a long time ago from when you're in the Army, you do a lot of stupid things, especially when 2.5 years you're sponsored by Jose Cuervo, okay? And when you hang with Jose, Jack, good guy.
Tito.
We used to hang out a lot.
Jim,
or
Tito,
Jim.
Jim Beam.
Jim was chill.
Jim was awesome.
Jim was pretty chill, right?
Tito's cool too.
But to me, it was Jose. Me and Jose always got along. I don't know what it was about Jose. There was always a good vibe we had together when we'd hang out, right? You're going to have your moments. You're going to have your things that you do. There's a lot of great stories in the Army. A lot of phenomenal stories in the Army, right? But later on, one day I'm sitting down with Gloria Allred, okay? And you know who Gloria Allred is. She's one of the most feared lawyers out there. She's the one, she's legit at what she does. She's the Michael Jordan of suing men and going after men, right? We sit down with the interview. It's heated.
I love those.
She is saying, what a bigot, what a this. And I'm saying, all this stuff you say about women, how come you don't have a single partner that's a woman picture on the wall? You can't say that. You know how many women have worked? I said, your front desk clerk is a woman, but your partners are men. Why is it that? So we're having that kind of a conversation, right? And then at the end, we're done. We're smiling. We're laughing. I said, are you okay if I put my hands around you to take a picture? She says, you see, that's all men have to do. You just have to ask. He's got, and I'm like, okay. So you put your hands around, we take the picture, right? That's the most basic rule to keep in mind, young men, if you want to avoid getting in trouble. You can be respectfully audacious. You can actually ask any question you want respectfully.
Of course.
Ask any question you want, just be respectful about it. But all I'm saying is, this is this is high school level rumor that's coming. Wait till they bring out college, NBA, NFL level type of stories about RFK the next 30, 60, 90 days. If he pushes even harder, wait to see what they drop about RFK.
And about Kamala, she's got a huge California, history.
Oh, I've already started seeing the video of her and
What'd you say, Tom?
She has a history in California, a significant history in California.
Get in there, Tom. What is it?
Talking about the Hawk Tour?
Yeah.
I'm talking about everything from the 3 strikes law and what it did to an entire generation of African-American youth on minor drug possession charges that those of us that lived in California think is absolutely despicable what happened to that and what happened to African-American families, to the open affair she had, which got her on the political on-ramp.
Willie Brown?
With Willie Brown.
Brown. Listen, don't be
in California, man, she was known as a girl with the most durable shoulder blades in politics.
Nice. Whoa. Hey,
Pat, so we had dinner last night, right? And you said, how does a magician operate? Sleight of hand, look over here, but it's really going on over here.
Redirect attention.
Redirection. So whether you want to call it a diversion, whether
Don't
you want
ever
to call
say
it...
that to my kids, by the way.
Don't tell them.
Because
Don't
it
give
still
the
works
secret.
with Brooklyn.
Tico,
Brooklyn goes like this.
Tico and Dylan
this
got
right
it, but Brooklyn, I can still have fun with them.
We all know the way to make magic is to create a distraction. And that's exactly what's going on here. RFK himself, he says, he's accusing the media of using this story of him with the dog, which turned out to be a goat, with all these sexual misconducts, which I'll address in a second, from 1998 that just resurfaced while he's running for president.
It's just the beginning.
He accused the media of this distraction to distract from, wait for it, drum roll, Biden's cognitive deficits. We know what's going on here. So it's all a distraction, and they're just trying to basically bring him down as best as they can and distract us from really what's going on here, which we all know is Biden's cognitive difficulties, and that was completely highlighted after the debate. The debate changed anything. But you know what I'm so freaking sick of? Anytime they want to bring down a powerful man, what's the go-to playbook, guys? We've seen it a million times.
Woman assault.
Sexual allegations, sexual misconduct. He did something inappropriate. Now, do certain guys and some guys, do they actually do that?
Of course.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Diddy. We've seen it. But the vast majority of times, it's just a distraction. We've seen it, and we don't go down the names here right now. But the problem that the media is having and that women are having is, the little boy that cried wolf, it's turned into the little girl that cried sexual assault. And, during the Me Too movement, 2017 to 2022, whenever you want to kind of put the time frame there, the believe all woman slogan, all right, like, okay. And then it turned out, well, you can't believe all women because it turns out they're all freaking lying half the time. Amber Heard, this, that, the other. We've seen people go on different podcasts basically blatantly say
Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Jeez.
So RFK is just dealing with a lot of rich, powerful, successful men have dealt with, and that's just the media and the whether it's the feminists, whether it's the Gloria Allred, just coming at them using their same exact playbook. And the biggest thing that he has to overcome, quite frankly, and as someone that has dealt with this myself, his voice issue. God, if he had just a normal voice, or if he used the
battery
synthesizer.
Computer.
So I think that's the biggest problem he has, because he makes a lot of sense. His voice is just
the basic thing in life, men, you have to try to avoid the Coonies in your life and just try to live a good life. And it's not easy to do, but the Coonies are going to be interested in you, but you have to be like, no, I'm not interested.
Don't want it.
And I think probably less than 1% of the audience has any clue what I just said. But either way, that 1%, we just had a very special moment together. How would you like to meet Dwayne Johnson, take a picture with him, and be celebrated in front of nearly 10,000 people at Palm Beach Convention Center? Let me tell you how. Years ago, when I was a financial advisor, insurance agent, and nobody knew who I was, small time, I'm trying to make it happen. I'm trying to get to clients, but no one's answering my calls because back then there was no Instagram, email, none of this stuff. I went to the store called DSW, and I would buy shoes, cheap shoes, but I would buy shoes. And I would take one of the shoes out of the box, and I would put the other shoe in a box with a note in it. This was a way of being funny. And in the box, I would say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, now that I got one foot in the door, help me get the next one in. I'm a local financial advisor, et cetera, et cetera. And oh my God, I would send 100. I would get 50 calls back. They would laugh. This is so funny. No one's ever sent us a shoe. We wouldn't mind getting the other one. 20% would say, this is so funny that we're willing to listen to you, and I'd go to their house and I would do business with them. Now think about today. This story I'm telling you, this is 2001, 2002. Today, if you want to prospect somebody or meet somebody doing business, you're one contact away from your life changing. That's what happened to me many, many times in my life. Today, you can send a cold email, less than 1% chance somebody responds to you. You can DM somebody, less than 3%. Twitter is less than 5%. LinkedIn is less than 8%. However, this is why we built the app Monect. And I'm about to announce the next contest to you. On Monect app, you download the app, you send a message, but you pay for the other person to get back to you in a text, in a video, or 15-minute FaceTime call. 94% chance they respond to you on the app. That's Monect's numbers. Changing people's life, creating ways for people. There's one guy that's buying buildings that were former strip clubs and turn them into rehabilitation centers. There's a guy that's raising millions of dollars just through Monect. There's a guy that's sitting there talking to others about business ideas, HR question, marriage question, relationship questions. But here's the latest contest with Monect, if you haven't downloaded it yet. The last contest we announced, we had a massive party, dinner. We came down here, had cigar, did a podcast together pretty much for 6 hours. We were together. This next one here, we have a new contest announced from July 1st, and it goes to the end of the month in the month of August. Here's how it works. The winner, the top winners of the different categories, there's 5 categories. You get on the stage at the Vault Conference. You got to buy the ticket yourself. on stage in front of 5,000 people. The winners get a championship belt. The winners go to the back and get a chance to meet Dwayne Johnson and take a picture with him. The winners get invited to a private CEO lounge at the conference. They're invited to my suite, and a sprinter will come and pick you up. You come back to my suite. We'll have a nice hour and a half conversation to get a strategy session together. And then obviously while you're at the Vault conference, you'll be with everybody else. The last one was such a big hit, but here's how the contest works. Lightweight category, you have 5 categories that you're not performing in. Total completed Monex, total unique Monex, total reviews, unique reviews, and money earned. The one on the left shows how many you've done. The one on the right shows where you rank in it. Lightweight is people who have never used Monex before as an expert. Right now, first place will be Stephen Hamill, then Carolyn Ariano, and that's for lightweight. Go to middleweight, Rob. Middleweight is people that are experts who have done 1 of 50 Monex. These guys are all competing against each other. You got Candace Owens at the top, who has done the most, Rob, if you can go a little higher, who has done the most Monex, done the most unique Monex, reviews, total reviews, dollars earned. And you notice she's number 1 ranked on the right, except second place in dollar. Then it's Aaron Borgman, Robert, Samuel. You'll see the names. Go lower. Then you have the heavyweight, people that have done 51 plus Monex. Then it's Paneva's next. First, then it's Calvin, then it's Dustin, then it's Chris Cuomo. Go lower, then we have the home team, which is Vinny at the top, then it's myself, then Tom. Then users, people that are asking questions. You download the Monex, you've never done it before, you simply ask people questions. Total Monex, total unique experts you ask questions of, total dollar spent, total reviews, Monex made public, whoever does the most, they win. And at this point right now, it's Armstead King, then it's Clinton Breve, then it's Chandler C. And if you go below, then you have the existing users who have done Monex before. At the top is Jeanette, Garibian today, then it's Kyle Starr, and the list goes on. Anyways, if you want to be in the right environment and use the app to Monex and connect with others, Monex is slowly becoming the #1 app on social media for networking where people actually get back to you. So if you want to compete in the next contest, download the app, start Monecting today, and go on Monect.com. Look at the Leaders Bulletin to see where you rank because it updates on a daily basis. Looking forward to seeing you compete for this next Monect contest.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.